Hi, so little introduction. So first of all, welcome everyone to our live session with Patients International. My name is Anne. I will be hosting today, and I am lucky to be joined by Brianna, who is from the Alexandria Restaurant Partners. So welcome. Thank you for connecting with us. So I'm having a bit of difficulty. Can you try to speak again?
Can you guys hear me?
Great, perfect.
Thank you guys so much for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
So it's getting a little bit, I don't know, I'm not sure why.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Seems good now.
Okay, maybe I need to talk stronger then.
Perfect. Well, that's perfect that we have this, so that at the same time it gives some time to people to connect. And I would also like to remind everyone to please follow us and turn on the notification so you can always be informed when we get a live or anything going on. So perfect. So in the meantime, I waited a little bit more. If some people want to share where they are watching from, so we can have a little idea of who's watching. From the US. From Indonesia, hello. India, Abu Dhabi, Spain, South Africa, India, Bali. Wow, nice, perfect. So I think we can start. So once again, thank you for joining us. And maybe we can start just by a little introduction. Maybe you can just introduce the Alexandria Restaurant Partner Group.
Perfect. So I'll start with obviously introducing myself as well. So this is Brianna. I am the recruiting manager. So I handle all of the onboarding, interviewing, and orientation, and the introduction to Alexandria Restaurant Partner, 9 restaurants located in the Orlando Old Town / Arlington area. So we have some. Can you hear me?
I'm so sorry just to stop you again.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So we do have 7 of our restaurants in the Old Town / Arlington area. Just to name a few of them, well, all of them. Basically, we have Joe Theismann, 2, Majestic, Pola's Dockside Grill, Barca Pier Wine Bar, Ada's on the River, Kitchen, as well as the 2. So we're always expanding and looking to grow.
That's great. No, that's a super interesting portfolio, definitely. And maybe you can tell us what makes it such a unique place where aspiring hospitality professional would want to work and develop their skills.
So hospitality is extremely important for us. I always say this all the time. It is the bread and butter for all our positions. All our restaurants are very unique because they have their own concepts to them. And I would like to say that managers do run their restaurants very differently, style of the restaurant. But there's always room for growth, room in regards to communication, if you would like to move to position as well. But we always well to door policy. So if you ever have any issues or anything to bring to our attention, here to communicate. Again, hospitality, you have to be really good at communicating.
Exactly.
Too.
And that's amazing. That's great. And so maybe you can also tell us right now what kind of roles and opportunities are you offering actively? What is available?
We're looking in regards to servers, bartenders, food runners, professors, support staff. We're also looking into matron pairs. So if you have experience in wine tasting or wine classes or wine pairs, that'd be a good position. But or also host as well. So we're looking to and if you don't know off the bat what position you are necessarily looking for, then I always pair the people with their background and try to place them in the best position that they'll flourish and grow as well.
That's amazing, and I think that's super important to feel like you get the right placement, and especially for our candidates traveling very far. Great. Perfect. And do you have any maybe tips or advice for the young professionals that want to get into the industry or want to grow in the industry?
Honestly, I always say be yourself, as well as you always want to be kind to one another, treat others the way you would like to be treated, because in the industry we're in, you have to be personable as well as provide great hospitality. It is extremely important. That is the starting point to all our positions. So that would be probably the best advice I could give.
Yeah, that's a very good advice, and I really agree. Great. And maybe as you were talking that you're always growing, always working on new projects, can you maybe share some exciting projects or anything, any news coming up that we have to look forward to?
So we are constantly expanding, which is great. We're actually opening another restaurant in the early next year. So we're always growing. There's always opportunity for growth, and that's going to be in Washington, D.C. So we're extremely excited about that. Other than that, we're always doing job fairs. We're always opening new positions. Like our maitre d' our sommelier positions are all new as well. So we're constantly expanding and always innovating too as well.
That's cool, and honestly, I'm excited to see what you come up with, because I have been looking at the different restaurants, and I would definitely like as a client to go there. So usually that's a good sign, right? Where you want to work somewhere that you would want to be a client there as well.
And we do offer our employees 50% off. So if they want to dine in at any one of our restaurants, we always encourage it, and we always, let them know, like, you do have 50% off. So feel free to dine in at any one.
Yeah, that's an amazing benefit as well, definitely. Great. Well, for the questions that I had, that's it. Like I said, it was not too long, but then let's see now. I don't know if anyone came up with some questions while watching, or if you want to share your questions now, we can have a little Q&A, and Brianna can answer any question that may come up. So now is the time. If you have been, if that just sparked your curiosity, I know that we have maybe some candidates already actively looking. So I want to just throw it now that we are having the career fair, virtual career fair with the group. So tomorrow, actually. So if you have any little question related to that, I have a question now. Just looking. Can I apply from South Africa? Yes. I can answer that for you. So I'm looking. So there are some questions about just generally placement itself and the J1 program. So definitely, if this is something that is interesting for you, you should definitely look at our website and even our social media. Also, you can find many information there, or we also have the email address info@placement-int.com. Where where you can register from there. You can also get just information, see your eligibility and such. So this would be where you could send your questions. I have a question for you. So what would be some of the basic requirements that you, for example, let's go, I mean, the person didn't specify, well, I would assume it's for culinary position since the name of the person has chef in it. What would be the requirement for a culinary position, for example?
For a culinary position, it would obviously be basic years of experience, restaurant knowledge, how many years have you been on the line, what is your background, like what restaurants did you work for, just to place you in the best area. Like if you have more of a casual setting, then obviously we have restaurants that curate towards that. If you have more of a fine dining experience, it would be obviously for our other restaurants. Obviously fluent in English, just to communicate a little bit better as well. And obviously the willingness to learn more.
Okay, perfect. And maybe since tomorrow's career fair is really focused more on the F&B, so maybe you can share as well the requirements for the F&B position. I know you have a few, but maybe you can list some of them.
So just the requirements, obviously basic knowledge in restaurants, experience, what was your day-to-day look like in regards to the experience that you did have prior, how many years have you been doing it, obviously hospitality is extremely important, just basic questions, of course, but more so we just try to get to know you all a little bit better, just because we want to obviously have the best person in the position, but also hone on the person that does want to learn a little bit more as well. But I think all our positions, if you are willing to learn, I think that everybody will succeed and prosper with them too as well.
Yeah, I think that's a really amazing point to underline is the attitude is everything. I mean, you're in the service industry. If you have an amazing attitude, amazing energy, and you're extremely curious and flexible, this is key. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is key.
It too as well. It is the bread and butter for all our position. Hospitality is extremely important just because a lot of our guests do remember your name, do remember the service you provide, they remember how you look. We have regulars, so hospitality, I can't say it enough, it is extremely important for us. And obviously the willingness to learn, just because obviously every restaurant is completely different. So the way we run our restaurants is possibly not the same as where you worked prior, but again, if you are willing to learn, I think you would be great at ARP.
Yes. Great. And I also see, I mean, another question, maybe the person missed the beginning, but maybe you can remind. So the question is, what kind of restaurant does the group specialize in? And if you want to recap, just the wide range.
So we have 9 restaurants in total. 2 of them are in the Orlando, Florida area, and 7 of them are in the Shirlington/Old Town Alexandria area. Every restaurant is curated different. So we have restaurants that are more curated, obviously, into art. We have people that come in and paint right there and then. We have restaurants that are more in style of a sports bar, like an upscale sports bar. And then we also have that fine dining aspect. We have another restaurant by the water. So all our restaurants, I think, touch every category that you could possibly think of. But I will hold down to the 2 restaurants that we are looking for and mainly focusing on is Majestic, which is our more historic restaurant located in the heart of Old Town. It has a feel of the casual as well as the fine dining aspect to it. You have the velvet interior, the rustic look, as well as the fact that it is one of our historic restaurants. And then we also have Ada's on the River, where it's more curated for fine dining. You have the extensive wine list, curated, obviously, menu. Obviously, it's always interchanging as well, but we always have that experience. And it also includes like brunch and fun little aspects too as well. So those are the 2 restaurants that we're really focusing on as well.
Yes, and really I encourage everyone that's watching to go take a look at their website and their social media as well, because there are beautiful properties, very perfectly located also. So yeah, definitely I would take a look. Let's go.
I also want to like pinpoint that we are located in Old Town Alexandria, which is in Virginia. So VA, or in the DMV, like Northern Virginia, but as well. But I just always want to like emphasize where we are located for those two restaurants.
Yes, no, for sure. Perfect. Well, I think that I mean, I'm quickly looking, and it seems like specific questions. Um, I don't see any more questions, so I think we could wrap it up now. Oh, well, maybe we can just remind. So, what time tomorrow the career fair? Go ahead.
So it is from 9 to 3. Of course, definitely check the time zone as well, but 9 to 3 Eastern Standard Time, so the US and Canada time as well. We're super excited. A lot of our managers will be on that call too as well. So you might meet the manager you potentially may be working with. So we're super excited about that. I did see a question in regards to age requirement. We are looking for people that are 18 and up. I just want to emphasize that. Just because you will be obviously, you know, potentially like handling wine or anything around those lines. So we just want to make sure everybody is above the age of 18.
Yep, that's good to mention indeed. Great. And I'm not sure if you saw any other questions that maybe I missed, or anything else that you would like to share or mention.
Okay. No, I think we covered everything. Honestly, if you do join us tomorrow, credit, you'll be with me again. I will say that just be yourself, and we're just gonna ask obviously basic questions in regards to your experience. But honestly, at the end of the day, we just want to get to know you guys, and answer any additional questions you guys may have. After this call, you might have forgotten to ask one. Just bring those questions with you tomorrow, and obviously one of our managers will be gladly happy to answer them.
That's great. Yes, so we will wrap it up now. I am very, very happy that you joined us today, that we were able to answer some questions and also introduce this amazing opportunity. So I would like to repeat again that the virtual career fair for Alexandria Restaurant Partners is happening tomorrow, September 28th, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So check wherever you are in the world. And if you are not yet in the process with us, then definitely reach out to us again with info@placement int.com, or you can also of course visit our social media as you are already doing, but there are many information there as well. And just don't hesitate to just ask, because sometimes you have this dream of going in the US, and maybe it seems like too far, but it is reachable. And so just a little email, and then it could open many doors for you. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you so much for taking the time, Brianna. I really appreciate it. And see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.